It's two dudes with attitudes, a wrestling podcast with Ryan enjoys wrestling and MWO, and this is our WWE edition for the week of September 20th, where we're going to talk all things Wrestlepalooza, Raw, NXT, and do some No Mercy predictions. It was a busy week. It was a not so great week, and then it was kind of a good week for WWE, but we're going to break it all down. Are you ready, Ryan?
Yeah, I think you summed it up perfectly. It started off rough and it ended up on a high note. So, and we got a big PLE this weekend with NXT No Mercy. So hopefully they'll continue some of this momentum. NXT's rolling right now, so
they really
need to keep that momentum going for them for sure.
Agree. All right, let's hit that music.
Two dudes with attitudes, let's go. It's the two dudes and the attitudes, ruthless, aggressively speaking, so let's do this. We're Ryan and Denton, they here to get your attention. The 5-star broadcast shit, start to the ending. Whether it's the E or it's all E. The two dudes with the attitudes that bring the heat. Get the point, yeah, it's on, time to lock in. Listen to the podcast where they get it poppin'.
And last week, we didn't really break down NXT because we didn't do our weekly one. We just did predictions. And that NXT episode, Homecoming, was bananas. The beginning opening with everyone, basically anyone who's a star came from NXT. The entire women's division being built off of NXT. Just the opening promo again, but with the newer guys and just the whole show. HBK's
Trick
cooking,
Mello
man.
Back together. Yeah, great
Rick
stuff.
Mello against DIY. That was such a good match. Good shit. But yeah, all right. Well, speaking of not good shit, let's talk about Wrestlepalooza. Before we get into it, I have to say that I was one of the biggest people that was like, yo, get over it. I already stream ESPN. How do you not have the Disney Plus, Hulu? Stop it. If you have a kid or you watch anything, you have this already. It's not going to be a big deal. And holy crap, was it a big deal? Because I pay $26.99 now, I think, and I get ESPN, Hulu, and Disney Plus. But now I got to pay an extra $4 to get ESPN Plus Unlimited, Disney, and Hulu, but then I have DirecTV, so I get free ESPN. But I still have to pay for my other one, I believe, because I don't get Disney and Hulu with that one that I get free. So, and then when I tried to log in, it took me 30 minutes, and I was texting you about it, saying that I can't even log into this thing, and I kept doing the same thing, and then finally just logged in. And it wasn't even that easy to find. It was a very, very rough start, and I don't think I was the only one. And then they had commercial breaks, but for me, it wasn't even commercial breaks. Like, let me get like a Tylenol or a Blue Chew commercial.
You can't say that anymore.
Oh yeah, sorry, Tylenol. I forgot that's what's killing people.
Yeah.
So the poor Tylenol, right? They're probably like, what the hell did we do to you? Like, why are you picking on us for no reason, making up shit? The funniest part is that people who believe it, but nonetheless, we're not talking politics, but that shouldn't even be politics, but it was just like a screen that said Wrestlepalooza commercial break. And it went on for like 3 minutes or so. And I just stared at it. And then the thing came back on. I don't know if you had actual commercials, but mine was just commercial break. Why?
Yeah,
this is a pay-per-view.
I had a couple of them that said commercial break with a countdown. And then I had a couple of actual commercials. And then I had like the same commercials over and over. I cannot wait to see the movie The Smashing Machine with The Rock. But they played that trailer like 17 times. I'm like, okay, I'm over this trailer. I never want to see it again. But that movie it does look really good, and I can't wait to see it.
He might win Academy Award, dude.
I hope so.
That on my TikTok. I'm gonna watch it. When does it come out? It's soon, right?
Sometime in October. So, but it was all over the feed, and I had the same issues that you did. I logged in on Saturday morning, and I was like, all right, I'm good to go. I logged in with DirecTV. I connected it to that, and it said you were eligible to stream this. And then when I went to actually watch it and click play, it made me log back in, and I had to log in with my DirecTV account. But then I also had to log into. There's 2 logins on the app. There's like your streaming login that you use, which I had to and then you have to use your like my Disney Plus login or whatever it is. And I was like, what? Like, and I was worried, like,
why?
Yeah, there's 2 different logins. There's 2 different emails. Like, is this going to work? And finally, it all finally clicked, like right when the show was about to start. Thank God. But it was a rough start, and it was hard. Like you said, it was hard to find this information. To access it through your cable provider. It was like in fine print on like the very, very bottom of page that you had to keep on scrolling, and then it took you to a page with a bunch of steps, and it was like, if you have Cox, do this. If you have DirecTV, do this. If you have Dish Network, do this. And it was just like, there was all these steps and none of them worked. And then there was like no contact information to call somebody or anything. It was just a piss poor rollout for this whole platform. So hopefully they'll get it better. I think they rushed it. I really do. I think it was supposed to be January. Yep. And I don't think they were quite ready. I think they were like, oh, well, AEW's doing a show, or contract with Peacock's up, so let's get a pay-per-view on. And I don't think they were quite ready for it. I really don't.
And AEW rolled out a show that wasn't perfect, but it was way better than this, because Wrestlepalooza and ESPN is not off to a good start at all. This was a shit show. I actually think it's one of the worst shows I've ever seen, especially for the year. But let's break it down. And it opened up with one Brock Lesnar squashing John Cena. And when I say squashing, literally took him right back to Suplex City. I was there the first time it happened at SummerSlam. I don't even have words for this. I'll let you start. But are you surprised? I predicted a squash. I just predicted it the wrong way. I mean, what say you? What was the point of this?
I think I predicted a Brock Lesnar squash, if I'm not mistaken. But
you did mention it. I don't know if you did it at the final predictions, but you
maybe not. But either way, I didn't like it. Even if I did predict it, I thought this match, it was atrocious. It was terrible. It was just, what was the point of it? I don't understand why they did this. I don't even know why they were fighting in the first place. We talk about AEW all the time, just throwing random matches together. And we were talking about that with tonight's episode of Dynamite, how it's just a bunch of randos fighting each other. This is exactly what Cena and Lesnar was. There was no story. There was no build. There was no like, why did Brock Lesnar come back after two years and target John Cena? And where has he been for the last 2 years? And all he said to John Cena was, "I'll see you at Wrestlepalooza," and that was it. And that's the story. And just because they have a history in a past doesn't mean that it makes for a compelling story now. And then he squashes them, and now they're not doing anything with it in the follow-up. It just, I don't get it. I don't understand why. I mean, was it a way to reestablish Brock Lesnar's dominance? I mean, you bring Brock Lesnar back just to lose? I don't know. I feel like this match should have never happened, and this was a waste of time on the John Cena retirement tour.
It really was a waste of time, and I really thought Vince McMahon was done with the WWE, isn't he? Is he still booking for WWE? Because that's what it feels like. Because I mean, what are we doing here? Like, I thought we were done with the whole like Brock Lesnar is the only thing we can do. Like when he ended the WrestleMania streak, when he squashed Cena the first time, when he defeats Kofi Kingston in 10 seconds, when he beats whoever, all the other times that he's done something where it made literally no sense, and we have him on John's. Like, who wanted this? And I don't think they're wrestling again. I think this was it. I think this was a one and done. Like, did Cena sign up and say, like, I think it'd be really cool? And one of my favorite moments is when Lesnar squashed me and took me to Suplex City. Can we run that back? And Trips was like, okay, let's do it. Like, I don't, and that's the thing too. I don't know. Everyone's like blaming Triple H. Everyone's blaming TK. You don't know who the hell's playing. This could be all John Cena.
Well, apparently there are reports from dirt sheets, and take them with a grain of salt. But apparently John Cena somebody pitched. It was pitched backstage. I don't know who pitched it, but it was pitched for John Cena to actually beat Brock Lesnar. But the powers that be said no, and they went with this option instead. So
then why haven't
I don't understand. Yeah, I don't get it.
What are we doing with Lesnar? He's not going to become the champ. He's not going to do it. Nobody liked this. Nobody liked this. Even a Brock Lesnar fan didn't like this. It just didn't do it. And it's the irony of all of this is that if you watched Unreal, one of the first things they talk about, it's Cena and Triple H backstage. And they're talking about his retirement tour. And they said, Cena says, like, there's no way we can mess this up. It's impossible for us to mess this up. And holy crap, have they messed this. Cena's Farewell Tour has been atrocious.
Awful.
And I'm not even, you don't even have to compare it to Sting's, Bryan Danielson's, which was, nothing was better than Sting's Farewell Tour, but Bryan Danielson's was pretty good. Cena's is atrocious. This is like dog shit. I actually think it's hurting his legacy. Just so, winning the 17th title, I also thought was a slap in the face, but nonetheless, you got to rate it. Thumbs up, thumbs down. We do two thumbs.
Thumbs way down. Terrible match. Terrible way to start Wrestlepalooza.
Yes. And I forgot to tell you guys, we are doing our 2 thumbs with attitudes. Thumbs up means it's 80% or better. Thumbs down doesn't mean we hate it, even though we hate this match. Just means that it was C or less. I'm giving this an
was
F.
definitely
So
big
thumbs
time F.
down.
Yeah.
That's 2 thumbs from the 2 dudes, ladies. All right, next up, we had the Vision defeating the Usos with special guest referee LA Knight. Yeah, he almost took a chair. He almost got beat up. And then probably the worst spear known to man ever. Bron Breakker double speared the Usos and looked like how hard I would spear my son if I was pretending to do it to him. Yeah. This match was just, I mean, I hear people liked it. What say you? Thumbs up or thumbs down?
I hate to do this because I love the Usos. And I'm so happy they're back together. And the Vision is great, but thumbs down. This was another just really bad match. LA Knight being added as the guest referee at the very last second added nothing to the match whatsoever. Like he brought nothing. He was just there. I felt bad for Jey Uso because you could tell he took a gnarly bump with that chair shot when it ricocheted. And
didn't he hit himself?
It looked like it. Yeah, it looked like it. Like he bounced off of, I think, what was it, LA Knight or Bron Breakker or whoever it was, and then came back and hit him in the head, and he was bleeding. And maybe that's why Bron Breakker's spear looked the way that it did, was so he could protect Jey Uso in case he was concussed or something. He didn't do it. He didn't go as hard as he should. But yeah, man, this match just didn't do it for me. I mean, it was bad on all ends. There was really, I mean, this was probably one of the best built matches they had going into the show, but I was just really disappointed at the end. So I'm going to go thumbs down. I rate it probably like a 70% out of 100.
I'm the same. Thumbs down. I'd say about 70%. I'd say it was like a C minus. Yeah. It had some good things, but why add LA Knight if he's going to bring nothing? The only thing he brought was that Jey Uso was afraid to hit him again or spear him. So he stopped and that helped him lose, I guess, or whatever. I don't know, but it didn't really bring anything. If you're going to add an LA Knight, have him turn and join the Vision, which will happen next week. But if not, like, why even? I don't know. Yeah. Thumbs down for me, brother. Back to back. All right, we got a new women's champion taking over the vacated title by one Naomi, and Stephanie Vaquer defeats one Io Sky with nobody being involved. Nobody whatsoever. I guaranteed that would happen. Nobody was. Ryan, thumbs up or thumbs down?
I'm going to go very, very strong thumbs up. I think this was the match of the night for me. Both of these women, they could wrestle mops, and they would be instant classics. I mean, this match was great. It was the highlight of the show for sure. You could argue it maybe should have main evented since it was really the only title change we saw on the night. And I think the right person won. Stephanie Vaquer is ready to become women's world champion. We've seen Io Sky have the title so many times now that it's time for something new. I was surprised that nobody came out. There was no Rhea Ripley on the first show on ESPN. There was no Asuka on the first show on ESPN. There was no none of the stars came out on the first show on ESPN, but I did like this match. I thought this match was solid. I'm glad that, I mean, at the end of the day, you don't have to have interference in every single match. And I like that Vaquer won clean, and I'm curious to see what happens now. But now it looks like she's going to Crown Jewel and going to be fighting Tiffany Stratton in a non-title match, which, yippee, for the Crown Jewel Championship. Like, way to kill momentum that you already gained by having somebody take a big time L as soon as they win a title. But yeah, as far as this match is concerned, I give it a very, very strong thumbs up.
Yeah, I'm giving it a thumbs up too. It wasn't my match of the night. I had one match that I just thought was a little bit more fun, but it definitely gets a thumbs up for sure. Match quality, it was the match of the night. And I was disappointed that no one came out. And then when we get into Raw and we talk about what happens on Raw, I was even more disappointed because why didn't you make it happen then? Why wait until the next day? I don't know, but why build everything up, hint at everything to not have them included at all? I mean, it could have even been accidental. Maybe she came out to try to help her, and then she helps Vaquer. I mean, Vaquer didn't need the clean. I mean, winning is winning. But Stephanie Vaquer, they better use her right. And we're not talking about it when we talk about Raw, but they did not use her right on Raw. They brought her out on Raw and had her try to cut a promo all in English. It was atrocious. And then she didn't even get a competitor. You're going to face a non-title match against the other champion. You could have still had somebody come out and clobber her or do something to at least build up her next challenger, because Tiffany Stratton or Jade Cargill or whoever, that's not the next challenger. That's just a person you're going to wrestle a one-off on. So, but it was a really bad segment. But hopefully they do better than what they're doing for Julia, because they came in the same time. AEW stars coming over to NXT, getting pushed instantly from NXT straight into WWE. Use them right or don't use them at all. So hopefully they do. Stephanie Vaquer deserves it.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Congratulations to her for winning the world title.
Oh, definitely. All right. AJ Lee, rusty as all hell, and CM Punk defeat one Seth freaking Rollins and Becky Lynch in the first ever married couple match. Thumbs up or thumbs down, Ryan?
It actually, I went back and looked. It actually is not the first ever.
It's not
married couple match. I know WWE is trying to tell us that, but it's not. The other one was. No, the other one, it happened at Royal Rumble 2022, I think, but it was the Miz and Maurice versus Edge and Beth Phoenix. When that was the time when Edge cut the promo on the Miz and was like, "You have people on other shows dropping your name for clout."
Yes,
and
that
was when CM Punk was in AEW and he called him MJF a less famous Miz. It was Miz and Maurice, but WWE, because Edge doesn't work there, they can't reference that. So technically, to them, it is the first married couples match, even though it's technically not true.
Wild, and they're back together again, wrestling. So
yeah.
All right, well, thumbs up or thumbs down for this match?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it thumbs up. I thought this match was fun. I enjoyed it. I like the ending of the double tap out with Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. I thought AJ Lee, for someone who, she did look a little rusty after not being in the ring for 10 years, but I still think she still got it. Apparently, like, she can still go. Like, she looked a little rusty at times, but she also looked like, I was like, there's the old AJ Lee. That's the AJ Lee that we all love. She took a gnarly bump on the announce table, though, to the point where you could hear CM Punk crawl over to check on her to make sure she was okay.
Well, he was instantly.
Yeah. He also checked on Seth Rollins too, because he fell into her and then he knocked her off the table. It was a bad bump, but I thought this match was fun. I thought Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins were fantastic in it. I think they've been fantastic in this whole entire feud. It carried over on Monday Night Raw with now they're going into Crown Jewel, but I thought this match was a fun match. The only reason why it's not my match of the night is because Stephanie Vaquer won the title, so it was a title change, and AJ Lee did look a little rusty, but I thought this match was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I give it a thumbs up. And this is my match of the night because of the fun factor. It was fun. I didn't get it, though. I get that Becky Lynch is afraid of AJ Lee for whatever flipping reason. But I didn't like that it was used on, Punk. CM Punk is so weak that Seth Rollins is cool with just, beating him up for 30 minutes while we don't get the... It didn't make him... I know that wasn't what they were going for, but in my opinion, I was like, why is Punk you do that usually when you wrestle a tag team where one guy's the bigger guy, one guy's the smaller guy, so you beat up on the little guy because you don't want the bigger, so you tag, but you're teaming up. So there's two of you. This was just Seth Rollins beating up CM Punk for 20 minutes while Becky Lynch was afraid to come in. It was how much of a punk is CM Punk? Wouldn't he be able to beat Seth Rollins back? Why was he? But nonetheless, AJ Lee, my one thing with AJ Lee is that I don't know if this is how she always did it and she needs to go back to school, but her punches and kicks were laughable. She wasn't even her slaps were all I get you're coming back and you're new, but damn girl, put some mustard. You're not going to knock one of these people out. You're 10 pounds, punch these people. It just looked, and that's all she did. All she did was jump on you and punch you, jump on you and punch. And her punches looked awful. It just was really, really bad. But nonetheless, she hasn't wrestled in forever. She looked great. She took that bump where Becky didn't do anything wrong, throwing her into them. But when that table, I don't think the table was supposed to break, and it broke. She landed on Seth's boot. Her head hit his boot right on his shoe or whatever he had on. Her fall looked really, really bad, but they were okay. Becky Lynch gave no shit. She lifted her ass right up and threw her back in the ring. I don't know if she got the okay, but she threw her in right away. But yeah, right person won. Thumbs up. Fun match. I look forward to what's happening next, although nothing because Seth Rollins now has to face Cody Rhodes.
And CM Punk and AJ Lee weren't on Monday Night Raw. Which I thought was really strange. And
bizarre. Yeah. All right. Before we get to the main event, Undertaker. He kept rolling, literally, because he can't ride the motorcycle in. Sits next to Stephanie McMahon, tells her she's going to the Hall of Fame. Hall of Fames are usually announced around January, after the Royal Rumble or during that season. It's September, and I guess we decided to go ahead and announce one now. Please make it make sense. But thumbs up or thumbs down, Stephanie McMahon going to the Hall of Fame?
I guess thumbs up for her going in. I guess. I mean, she deserves to go in. But thumbs down for the timing. I feel like she should go in at a later date. It feels like Triple H appointed himself last year, and now he's inducting his wife this year. And he's going to be the one to induct her. So we're going to get another how great am I Triple H speech at the Hall of Fame. But also it's September. Why is this being announced right now? Was it because of the ESPN thing? They wanted to make a splash. Was this one of the many surprises and twists and turns that Triple H told us about? That we're going to have The Undertaker on the show, who can barely cut a promo anymore. That promo he cut was awful. He looked like he looked lost out there. He was asking if Stephanie McMahon was following him, and Stephanie McMahon was looked confused because he was like, "I'm going to come sit next to you," and it was just very, very strange. She was like, "Huh? Why? We're going to watch this show together."
Give her the heads up at least.
Yeah. It was all of it was just really, really off. And Stephanie McMahon, I'll give her she deserves to go into the Hall of Fame. But so thumbs up for that, but thumbs down for timing. I don't think it should happen anytime soon. Maybe after other people. There's other people in that should be in the Hall of Fame before her. And now it just feels like Triple H is just inducting his friends and his family into the Hall of Fame. I guarantee you Shane will go in next year, and Vince will go in 1 year.
Vince will go in next year. Yeah.
Yeah. So
for sure.
So it's just a matter of when. But to me, this was just a very awkward announcement, and why they had to announce it now. So a thumbs down for the segment in general.
Thumbs down for the segment for sure. Her going is fine. I'm a big Stephanie McMahon fan. I've always liked her assets. And she was, she was an okay champion. She did her best. But honestly, if she's going to the Hall of Fame, it's probably for everything that she's done for the women's division, to push them, to give them a fair treatment, give them that. So that's fine and dandy. I get it. And, her Triple H going makes sense. Like I said, it's just the timing of it. Let other people go and do you later. Are you guys leaving already? Are you quitting? Do you plan on not being around for a while? Are you afraid you're not going to be in it? That was the whole thing with Vince. Vince McMahon deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. But the entire time he was in charge, I was like, there's no way he can go. You can't induct yourself. You can't say, I'm going to the Hall of Fame. It just doesn't make sense. So I was like, he'll never go because of it. Well, now he probably will, but still, it's just weird. Weird timing, weird booking. But let's get into this main event. Cody Rhodes defeats Drew McIntyre in about 13 minutes. Thumbs up, thumbs down.
I'm going to go very, very strong thumbs down. This was apart from...
I thought you were switching it. I was like, where are you going with this?
Apart from the opening match, this was my least favorite match of the night. And the reason why is because absolutely nothing happened. This match should not have main evented the show. You could have closed the show with Punk and AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins. You could have closed it with Stephanie Vaquer versus Io Sky for the women's world title. But, when Triple H puts out a tweet that says, get ready for a night of twists and turns and surprises and everything like that, we expect twists and turns and surprises. And so when he told us that the main event was going to be Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes, we all expected something to happen, a twist to happen, a turn to happen, a surprise to come out, and nothing happened. The show just ended. And the other thing that I give this a thumbs down for is we talk all the time about protecting finishers and making finishers great. And I should be happy right now, and I should be rating this pretty high. But Cody Rhodes beat Drew McIntyre with one crossroads. He hit the crossroads, and then he pinned him 1, 2, 3. And I should be singing to the rooftop because this is exactly what I want. Protect finishers, stop kicking out. But the problem is John Cena kicked out of 8 crossroads at SummerSlam just in Cody Rhodes' last match. And now it makes Drew McIntyre look weak. John Cena kicks out of 8 of them. He can't even kick out of 1 of them. And John Cena's retiring. He's also 10 years older than Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre's still in his prime trying to win the title, and he can't even kick out of 1. So it's kind of a double-edged sword there. But I thought this match was just it was a SmackDown main event. It was a glorified SmackDown main event where absolutely nothing happened, and then the show just goes off the air.
Thumbs all the way down. For shame on WWE too, because everything you said was right. This match was 13 minutes. Nothing happened. It was uneventful. They tried to give Drew McIntyre another out that he's been cheated out by the referee or what. This is so. What are we doing with Drew McIntyre? He is the MVP of professional wrestling. We're just having him lose all the time. Now what's going to happen to him? He's going to disappear again. He's going to be on SmackDown bitching and complaining. Yippee.
Yeah.
What? Who cares? Why is Cody still champ? What has he done? He's literally the most boring champion since John Cena. And I don't mean last John Cena, although that one was bad too. It's just what are we doing here? And even like I said, Stone Cold, face of the company, lost the title all the time. Never had long title reigns. John Cena lost the title all the time. Never had long title reigns. The Rock, man, anyone. But was The Rock the face? I mean, I guess, yeah. Stone Cold was, but either way. But like, and now Cody Rhodes, he's the face. He can lose it. He doesn't have to have year-long reigns all the time. Why not lose it to Drew for a couple months? Let Drew wrestle other people and defend it, and then have Cody win it back at Rumble. Why is that so hard? Get Cody fresh again. Get people wanting Cody to win it back. Nobody cared about the John Cena match when he won it back because everybody was in shock on what the hell was going on. Why did John Cena just become babyface all of a sudden? It's just been pretty just meh. Man. It's super disappointing.
And it's killing me with Drew McIntyre because he's so damn good. And I feel like Triple H just doesn't see it in him, or I don't know. But I look at Drew McIntyre now like I look at Finn Balor, right? Like Finn Balor's always getting world title matches, and he always gets there, but he can never win. They never pull the trigger and put the belt on him. That's how I'm looking at Drew McIntyre, and it's a damn shame because the man is so damn good, and he is the MVP of WWE, and he deserves more than what he's getting.
He does. Drew McIntyre is Kevin Owens. They're like the same exact person. Two guys who spit reality facts and lose all the time. So
yeah, 100%.
But there you have it. 2 thumbs with attitudes. Let us know in the comments if you agree or disagree. Let's move forward, bro. We got to get through Raw and NXT pretty fast now. And Monday Night Raw had a lot of stuff going on. It was way better than WrestlePalooza. It got back on track on Netflix, and we open up with Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. They will be having a match at Crown Jewel for some stupid ring that I've never seen Cody wear until now. But I've also never seen Seth Rollins wear a watch until now.
Yeah,
the thing I liked about this segment, though, number one, I like the fact that Cody Rhodes talked about the history. You know, like you were there when I was the surprise entrance at WrestleMania. You were there when I tore my pec. You were there when I won the world championship. You were the one that actually helped me win this world championship. I like that he also said you were 0-3 against me. I've beaten you every single time. I liked all of it. It really, really brought good intrigue. I liked their interaction. I did like this. What I don't like is that we just had Cody beat Drew, and now Cody's going to go to a non-title match against Seth Rollins. And we have War Games next, I believe. So definitely no one's defending titles. So we're going to go a few months without defending titles. Seth is hot right now. I guess the one thing I like about it is that we can do Seth later because now Seth and CM Punk can wrestle WrestleMania. We can build there. But what happened with that? Are we just killing that right now? It's just like this whole stupid Perth Crown, it just ruins Crown Jewel. Sorry, it just ruins everything. It just slows us down, and now we're just kind of in AEW mode where we're just wrestling to wrestle, and I don't like that.
Yeah, that's how I feel. And I like this segment a lot. One of the things I didn't like about it was, and I love Becky Lynch. I think she's fantastic, but the backstage thing with Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins, which was great from Becky Lynch, but I just feel like they just lost on Saturday. They just lost, and you wouldn't have known it by watching Raw on Monday. Like they didn't talk about the loss. They didn't talk about him losing to CM Punk. They just were like, "Oh yeah, by the way, we're wrestling Cody Rhodes, and I'm gonna beat you, Cody." It was just they just completely ignored the fact that CM Punk and AJ Lee beat them. So I didn't care for that. And then the segment itself with Cody, and I like that. He brought up Paul Heyman's history, and he called them all goons, and
Paul Heyman was like, "I'm a goon."
Yeah, it was all good stuff. He's like, "Me?" It was really good stuff. And I mean, it was a good segment. I am curious. Like Seth Rollins has to beat Cody Rhodes. Like he has to get this win.
Yes,
he can't. You can't have him go 0-4 against Cody Rhodes. I know Cody Rhodes is the golden boy, and everybody loves Cody Rhodes, and nobody beats Cody Rhodes, but Seth Rollins has to beat him. Like he just has to.
100%. And moving on with that, because Cody Rhodes also interacted with Jey Uso, and we want to talk about that, the whole Jey Uso Vision and LA Knight thing. It continued on. We had Jey Uso versus LA Knight in a match in which Jey Uso won, but with the help of the Vision. What say you? Jey Uso had a talk with Jimmy, didn't go well. Then he pretended like nothing happened because, Cody Rhodes is the I don't know, he's everybody's therapist back there. Yeah. So when Cody talks, Jay's like, no, man, we're cool, blah, blah, blah. But what say you? Because you know what the rumors are. I'll let you bring it up. But everyone's hitting at something, which I know is not going to happen. But they are wrestling next week on Raw. It is the Usos versus the Vision Tornado Tag Team match. Obviously, this is what we're getting, what we should have got at Wrestlepalooza. Something's going to happen. What is that going to be?
Yeah, so Jey Uso's been kind of a dick the last couple of weeks to his brother, like who he just reunited with, and to LA Knight, and not to the Vision, though. The Vision deserves it, but he has been kind of a dick. And then this week he was interacting with Cody Rhodes, and he was staring at the championship while Cody Rhodes was talking to him. He kept looking at that title while Cody was talking to him. But so it's leading to people think that Cody Rhodes or that Jey Uso is turning heel, and I don't think that's happening. I think that's what WWE wants you to think. I think we're about to get a New Day style heel turn or New Day style twist where they want you to think there's trouble in paradise. They want you to think that they're, Xavier's going to turn on Kofi. Jay's going to turn on Jimmy. Jay's going to turn on Cody. Jay's going to do that. But really, something else is going to happen where they both turned on Big E, similar to what the New Day did. I think it's going to be LA Knight that turns heel. And either he goes solo or he joins the Vision and is the fourth person in the Vision, which I think either way, a heel turn is long overdue for LA Knight. He needs something to if anybody's gone stale, it's not the Yeet Man, it's the Yeah Man. So I think 100% LA Knight needs to go heel.
Well, here's the thing, right? Jey Uso's not turning heel. The end. He makes too much money. People forget that money talks. If they turn him heel, he has more kid fans right now than Cody Rhodes does. Like those Yeet shirts. Yeah. I see kids everywhere wearing them. Everywhere. Disneyland. I go to Disneyland all the time. Kids are wearing Yeet shirts. I'm like, Yeet. And I even go, Yeet. And the kids look at me like, what the fuck are you doing? They don't even know. They just like it. Like you got to buy these shirts. They're not going to get rid of it. But yes, LA Knight is stuck. He's doing nothing. WWE does not believe in him as a champion. Sorry to break it to you, LA Knight fans. They just don't. The only way he's going to succeed is turning heel. You should be begging for him to turn heel. And him aligning with the Vision would be gold. Becky, LA Knight, Seth, the Bronze, Paul Heyman. That would be epic. It could boost LA Knight. Sure, he won't have a championship, but he can go after secondary titles, build himself up that way, and have more of a better run than he did the last time he had them. I'm all for this. I think LA Knight turning heel is awesome. Awesome for him. It'd be better than what they're doing with Jacob Fatu right now. So, did he die?
Yeah, he's not even on.
He died. Oh, he died. Okay,
he's gone. Yeah,
rest in peace.
Yeah, apparently.
Okay.
Yeah, but LA Knight, he needs to be heel. We don't need. I know. People are also saying there's maybe Jimmy Uso going heel, but we've seen that already. He's turned on Jay once. Yeah. We had a match at WrestleMania 40 that really didn't go over very well. Like you would think, like the two of them would have more chemistry than what they had at WrestleMania. We don't really need to see another Jimmy Uso heel turn. So if anyone's going to turn, I think it should be LA Knight. But who knows? Who knows?
Here's the thing, brother. I said this in my prediction when I was predicting LA Knight turning heel, and I said I would rather have Jimmy turn. Him and Paul again. Paul and Jimmy were always closer than anybody else. Jimmy Uso coming over to the Vision. He is stuck in nothing gear too. He needs something as well. Imagine him going to the Vision. That would be imagine that Cap and Seth Rollins talking to Roman and other people because they're going to come back with Roman. Imagine if they have Jimmy.
That's a good point.
If they have Jimmy, but Triple H won't do it. But that's how it should be. Speaking of people turning, the Judgment Day, they're beefing again. So Rusev, when you open up the show, I guess Rusev was yelling at Dominic Mysterio in the background like he was his child. And Dominic was wimping out, and he came in and he asked Finn Balor and company for help, and no one wanted to help him. And he tucked JD into it with the help of one Roxanne Perez's sexiness. And so JD McDonough got his ass kicked by Rusev. Dominic didn't make the save. Finn did. They bickered on the way out, and we're going to get Dominic Mysterio versus Rusev next week. What say you? What is going to happen? Something's happening. It's either the end of Dominic's title reign. It's either Finn Balor is turning. It's a Liv Morgan comeback. It's Roxanne and Dom part 3 of Dom moving on to another. Something is happening. We're not going to get just a no finish. Something is going to happen next week on Raw. Ryan, what say you? Are you liking this? And is it time for it to end? We can't just keep doing the whole Judgment Day is bickered for 3.5 years now.
Yeah, I think it might be time to end it. Just because of its constant wash, rinse, repeat, bicker, bicker, bicker. I'm gonna flirt with you. No, I'm gonna flirt with you. No, I'm gonna flirt with you. Bicker, 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 flirt, 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 bicker, bicker, bicker. So I think it might be time to end it. And I think the way it's gonna happen is Finn Balor's gonna turn on Dirty Dom and either cost him the Intercontinental Championship match, or he's going to attack him after Dirty Dom somehow survives Rusev. And then we're going to get Dirty Dom versus Finn Balor for the IC title, either at Crown Jewel or Survivor or whatever the next PLE is after Crown Jewel, or on just a random episode of Monday Night Raw, since Triple H hates defending mid-card titles on PLEs.
I like it. I'm going the other route. I'm going Finn trying to cost Dom the match and Liv Morgan making the save.
I could see that too.
And them becoming bad. They have to become bad. You cannot break up Liv Dom. We can't do this again. Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio's baby faces would blow the fucking roof off the place. People are so ready to cheer for them. They want to. They can finally be that little sexy couple. And that's how we get Dom versus Finn for the IC title, in which I'd be okay if Finn won and let Dom keep the AAA and defend that and build on to something else. I think Dom's ready for the World Heavyweight title. I'm not lying. I think he's ready. I think he's for sure ready. But if he ain't gonna lose it to Finn, Dom needs to lose it to John Cena. We need to do something. But yeah, I don't see Rusev winning the IC championship. I don't see it.
Not yet.
So yeah.
The only other thing I could see
coming back.
yeah. The only other thing I can see is El Viking or Del King, or the guy from AAA costing Dirty Dom the IC title. And then we don't get anything with Finn, and we don't get anything with Liv, and then he gets his rematch for the AAA championship. So I could see that, and then Dirty Dom's no longer double champ.
Boring. He needs to be double champ.
Yeah, I agree.
Double dirty, homie. Double dirty.
Yeah, but this tie that would tie in AAA a little bit too. So
yeah, true that. All right, last thing, main event. I'll let you open it up. We had a main event. It was one Asuka versus one Rhea Ripley. What happened, Ryan? Run us through it.
I thought this was a great match. I thought this match was fun. It really
was.
I enjoyed seeing Rhea Ripley in the ring. Anytime we see her, everything is just better. And we got to see Rhea Ripley and Asuka, and then afterwards, Io Sky came out, and so did Kairi Sane, and they're celebrating with Io Sky. And then Asuka spit the mist into Rhea Ripley's face, allowing she got the win that way. And then
Rhea won. Rhea got the
Rhea won. That's right.
She spit in her eyes after the match. Yeah,
that's right. And then it feels like forever ago that this happened, but yeah. And then so then Io Sky comes out and celebrates with the Kairi Sane and Asuka. And then Asuka turns on Io Sky and beats the living hell out of her with Kairi Sane. They're beating the snot out of her, all while Rhea Ripley's lying there with her green face, misted, blinded, and has no idea.
Yelling for water. You can hear her in the background. Water! I need water! Yeah. And no one gave her water.
No, and you could hear like Michael Cole and Wade Barrett being like, "Oh, she's blinded. She can't see. This is all happening right in front of her, and she can't do anything." So, but Io Sky is officially out of, I guess, is it still Damage Control or whatever the group's called? But she's
Kabuki Warriors, right?
Kabuki Warriors, yeah. But she's officially out. So I'm guessing it's going to be Rhea and Io versus Asuka and Kairi Sane here in the future. Or maybe they go after Charlotte and Alexa Bliss, and we get the women's tag team titles involved. I mean, there's so many different ways that they can go with this, but. Asuka, I guess officially, even though I think she was already, but she officially turned heel, and Io Sky is still getting huge babyface reactions, and this is just going to solidify her even more going forward.
You know what? It didn't get a huge reaction at first. I was a little disappointed. And then at the very, very end, they finally started booing because I was kind of like, come on, guys. Like, this is a big deal. But yeah, Asuka needed to turn heel. It needed to happen. I like the way it happened. Like I said, it should have happened at WrestlePalooza. We needed to have some news and swerves and surprises. But yeah, but nonetheless, it was a fun way to close out Monday Night Raw. We all saw it coming. Finally, it happened. We can move on. And I think Io and Asuka one day, it's going to be a phenomenal match like always, and the tag team match will be phenomenal. I'm all for it. I dig it. So yeah, great way to close down Monday Night Raw. I like closing it this way with Jey Uso. No vision closing the show.
Yeah, that was a good, interesting twist, and it also keeps Rhea Ripley out of the title picture, which I know I don't mind Rhea in the title picture so much because she's the best woman on the roster in my opinion, but I know the fans were getting a little tired of her constantly being in the world title picture. Well, this keeps her far away from that and focused on other things, and they're telling stories outside of the championship.
Yeah, for sure. All right, time for NXT. We're going to open up with a little JC Jane and Lola Vice promo. It was good stuff. JC Jane just lost one of her crew members. She's basically ready to go solo. She has to. She talked about how everyone doubted her. Transitional champion, fake champion, a nobody, a third wheeler. I think talking about the Mandy Rose days. Just she is a nobody, nothing. Lola Vice came out and basically said she's gonna whoop her ass, and she got an ass, and JC Jane don't got an ass. It was pretty funny because JC Jane was like, all you got is an ass, and she's like, at least I got one. And JC Jane looked pretty surprised, like, well, touche. But it was good stuff. Line. And in the end, Lola Vice hit her with that spinning back fist that she does and laid her out and stood tall. So it was a good promo. What say you? Did it get you excited for this match?
It did. And I didn't realize, and one of the things they hit on in this promo was JC Jane's been champion now for 100 days. And, for someone who, like we all thought was going to be a transitional champion and that Blake Monroe was coming for it or Jordan Grace was going to get it. The fact that she has, gone from transitional champion to being champion for over 100 days is pretty damn impressive. So shout out to her. She deserves it. And she has been not only in this reign, but she was also TNA women's champion for a little while as well. So, or TNA Knockouts champion to be technically correct. But shout out to her, man. She's done a fantastic job. I don't think we all expected her to do anything when she beat Stephanie Vaquer for the NXT Women's Championship. She's been killing it, and she's been thriving as women's champion. So she has solidified herself as a main eventer on the NXT scene for the foreseeable future.
She really has, and she's been good at it. Good promos, good vibe, good matches for the most part. She's done a good job, and I'm excited for this Lola Vice match, and we'll talk about it in a few minutes about who we think is going to win. But yeah, I dig it a lot. And then we had the main event. Champion versus champion, title versus title. We all knew how this would end. They hinted at it all night that a bunch of TNA people were storming the NXT arena. They were backstage walking in the background, this and that, and they eventually came out and ended the match. Well, actually, Trick Williams slapped Santana right across the face, and they started brawling, and it brought everybody out. Even Matt Cardona, ladies and gentlemen, was in that damn ring representing TNA. Zack Ryder, woo, 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 it was back in a WWE ring. Good stuff, and in the end, it ended with Ricky Saints and Oba Femi both holding the title and staring at each other. What say you? Did you like all this? Do you like where we're going with it? Obviously, TNA is going to probably invade No Mercy as well in some capacity, I'm assuming. So what say you? Did you like it? How did you dig it? The match was good.
Yeah, the match was great. And I think sometimes predictability doesn't always mean bad. And I think we all kind of predicted that we were going to get some sort of TNA invasion, especially with how Homecoming was going and all the hints that they were dropping towards that. So I think I was expecting there to be an invasion in the main event, and that way we weren't going to get a winner. It was a no contest, and that way Oba keeps his title and Trick keeps his title. So when they were teasing the winner take all, I knew we weren't going to get a winner take all. But either way, that doesn't mean it was bad. I thought the match was great. I liked the outcome. I liked who came out. I think we saw like Moose out there. We saw Frankie Kazarian. I think Eric Young was out there. There were so many people from TNA, and then Matt Cardona, of course, and Santana. And then I liked that Ricky Saints came out and didn't do anything with the NXT.
He just walked around,
and grabbed the title. And then Oba Femi came up out of nowhere and like reached his hand up like Two-Face in Batman Forever, stuck his hand through the.
Wow, and, I like the reference. Underrated
then,
movie, homie. Continue. Yeah.
Yeah. And then and then he grabs the title and they're staring each other down as the show goes off the air. This made me pumped for No Mercy. It makes me pumped to watch TNA on Thursday. It makes me pumped to see kind of how this goes and what this means for Bound for Glory, which is coming up in a couple of weeks. We know we're going to get Trick Williams defending the TNA championship there. So is NXT going to pay TNA back by invading in TNA this week? Like, so many things that they can do, and I like how they ended it, and I like that they had Ricky Saints and Obafemi kind of hint at the importance of their championship match by not having Ricky Saints help Obafemi while they're getting their ass kicked by TNA.
Yeah, I agree. Well said. I fully agree. I liked it all, and I am excited for TNA on Thursday, and I'm also excited for No Mercy. And let's get into that, right? Because it is prediction time, baby. It is time to do some NXT No Mercy predictions. We have 6 matches, not the normal WWE 5. We're going to do our best. I was very off on AEW, which we'll get into if you watch our AEW show. I was pretty off, actually, on Wrestlepalooza, too. I think I only missed like one. But nonetheless, ready to hit that music?
All right, got it right here.
It's prediction time. Before it ever happens, it's a prediction. Lean in close, take notes, listen. Cause they about to point it out quickly. All the things that you didn't see is getting called like plays at the line of scrimmage. You can take it to the bank, the dudes ain't tripping. They've been seeing what's coming for a good minute. It's prediction time, yeah, let's get it.
And every prediction time, Ryan is going to do the card exactly how it is. He got all out, I think, perfect, right? 10 for 10, I think.
Oh, no, I didn't get all. No, not at all. Not at all. Yeah.
Did you even get one match right?
I think you
I had to have been lucky enough to get one right.
I got a couple. I think I got like the middle of the pack.
Somewhere in the middle, like there, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I didn't get I got the opener wrong. I got the main event wrong. I got a lot of stuff wrong.
Oh, a lot. You got Wrestlepalooza right, though, right?
Yeah, Wrestlepalooza was 5.
You got 2. You only needed 3, though. But yeah. All right. Let's get into it. No Mercy. What's the first match of the night?
I'm gonna take a random guess here, and I'm gonna say they're gonna open it up strong with Blake Monroe versus Jordan Grace, the steel cage match.
It's a weaponized steel cage match. Thank you very much. Weaponized.
Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah. Weaponized.
Yeah. Well, they're wrestling again. Who do you got in the weaponized steel cage match?
I think Jordan Grace is going to pull it out this time. I think they're going to go. What is this? The second time they've wrestled? So yeah. So Blake Monroe won the first one. Jordan Grace will win this one, and then they'll have the third and final match later on in the year, maybe on NXT TV sometime. But and then Blake Monroe will win that one. But I don't think Blake Monroe is going to win 2 in a row on Jordan Grace.
I like the prediction. You're probably right, but I'm going to go Blake. I don't picture a world where Blake Monroe, if she loses, then I don't know. I know she already lost technically, but that was like I don't know. I feel like we have to get Blake Monroe going. And I agree. If we predict on JC Jane winning, and if she is going to keep the title, then I think Blake Monroe is next up for that. It's got to happen. She can't lose and then try to rebuild again. So I'm going to go Blake Monroe, but you're probably right. Yeah.
We'll see. I don't see this feud ending anytime soon. So, and for those wondering what the weaponized steel cage match is, I looked it up before. It's the Ambrose Asylum match. So they're bringing it back. They obviously can't call it Ambrose Asylum because Dean Ambrose no longer works for WWE. So
they could have called it the Moxley Asylum.
They could have just an asylum match. Like we don't have to put a name on it, you know.
I miss Mox. All right, next up.
I think the next one will be this one.
All right. Ethan Page defending an NXT North American Championship against the new luchador, Tavion Heights. Who do you got?
Ethan Page. Ethan Page is retaining. He's so hot right now that this Canadian thing is working for him. Everything about Ethan Page is great. Tavion Heights, maybe he's the guy to take it off of him, but it's not going to happen right now. So Ethan Page is retaining all day, every day, and once on Saturday.
Hansel, he's so hot right now. Ethan Page is 100% winning this match. No questions asked. He is that dude. I don't know why he's not with Chelsea Green anymore. Maybe because her husband was there. So maybe Ethan Page didn't want to get too cutesy with her. But nonetheless, Ethan Page is winning, retaining his Canadian North American Championship belt.
All right.
What do we got?
We'll go this one.
Ooh, the match nobody's looking forward to. One Javon Evans versus Josh Briggs. The only match that has nothing going on with it. Just the match. Who do you got?
That's Javon Evans' pose, but before he does his interview, he's like doing this, and then he's like standing there.
What was that all about?
I think he was like doing all that, and then he was like, "Oh shit, we're on the air." So yeah, I think I'm gonna go get ready.
Then
for
he
the
got
match.
serious. Yeah,
that
was the most bizarre thing. Yeah, he was like, "I'm bringing sexy back." Yeah. Yeah. Josh Briggs had a good interview, and I was like, "What?"
Yeah. I know.
Poor Javon, such a talented kid. We got to figure him out because he needs to be better than what he is. But who do you got winning?
I'm gonna give it to Javon Evans. I know that Josh Briggs cut that. He had a what I thought was a pretty good promo and a good interview.
Yeah, because it's recorded.
Recorded. But I think Javon has to win. He just lost to Obafemi. We got to get him going back in the right direction. So I think Javon is going to get the win, and we'll move on from this feud and forget that it ever happened.
Believe it or not, I'm going to go Josh Briggs. I think Javon needs to win too, but if there's one thing Javon Evans doesn't do is win. I'm going to go Josh Briggs. Josh Briggs has to win, man. Javon Evans is like the NXT punching bag. So, and I don't hear anyone complaining about it. Gosh, Carmelo Hayes isn't on TV for 3 weeks and the entire company's racist. Yeah. Javon Evans loses every week and no one gives two shits about that. But anyway, Javon Evans, he's losing to Josh Briggs. I got Josh Briggs winning.
Yeah, that's probably the right pick. And then I think the next match is going to be the bathroom break match, unfortunately, because it involves your girl.
Oh, well, I'll definitely be watching this from the bathroom. Yes, we have Sol Ruca defending her speed title, which I would do if I was with Sol Ruca. And she is defending it against one Lainey Reed for the speed championship. I just found out Sol Ruca is dating a wrestler. I forgot who it was, but she is with a wrestler.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I forgot who it was. Darn it. I know. Now I'm going to make you look it up. Well, you got 3 minutes. So after that, it's a no contest.
Her boyfriend.
Lainey Reed. Yeah, they post things on the Instagram together, and I was so mad. I was like,
Tyler Bate.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, him too. I'm like, what the?
Isn't he El Grande Americano? Isn't he one of the?
I think he's the Los Americanos. Thank you, the greatest trios in Mexican wrestling history. Can you be respectful for once, Ryan? This is our podcast.
Excuse me.
Crying out loud. Yes, what's gonna happen when Chad Gable comes back? Do we get a fourth and they're not anymore? The Los Americanos? Are they like? Or is he just done with it? Has he passed it on? Yeah.
Or he's going to feud with them. And I don't know what they're going to do, but I think he is one of them. I think him, Ludwig Kaiser.
I think he is.
Pete Dunne are the other ones.
Pete Dunne, yeah. Here's the thing. If they don't do the Three Amigos, I'm going to be really, really mad. And for you that don't know that, what the Three Amigos are, it's Chevy Chase, Martin Short, and Steve Martin, and there were these three white guys who were actors who someone took them as serious to save them from this like Mexican cartel, but they're actors, and they do this thing where they were the Three Amigos, and they like turn their head and go, and like cough and do the. If the Los Americanos don't do that, I'm gonna be mad. But anyway, Sol Ruca, Lady Reed, who do you got?
I'm going Sol Ruca.
100%.
This is going to be a great. A match right before the two main event matches, I think. But yeah, Sol Ruca is going to get the win. And going back to the Americanos conversation before we move on, they've already done the Spider-Man meme. They've done the pointing Spider-Man
meme. That was awesome.
Yeah. We didn't talk about that.
That's what I mean. They got to keep doing it. Yeah.
So they got to keep doing funny things. So, Sol Ruca is going to get the win here, and then we'll get ready for the main events.
And I'm going Sol Ruca as well. That's what I'm going to hit
100%. Yeah.
Peak. Yeah. All right. NXT Women's Championship. We got one JC Jane defending it against one Lola Vice with the booty and over 1 million Instagram followers. That I didn't know that. But yeah, who do you got? JC Jane, Lola Vice.
I hate to do it, but I'm gonna go Lola Vice. I think Lola Vice is due. I think Shawn Michaels and Triple H. If there's anything they love doing, it's a random title change on a random PLE, and I think I don't think we're going to get a title change in the main event. Spoiler alert. So I think we're going to get one here. And it's going to be Lola Vice becoming the new NXT Women's Championship. I think she deserves it. I think JC Jane's been a great champion, but I think Lola Vice also has been a really great challenger. She's kind of come up the ranks ever since Vaquer and Julia were all called up to the main roster with Roxanne Perez and everyone else. I think she's kind of been a shining star on NXT, and I think they're going to give her flowers. So Lola Vice, I think, is going to become the new NXT Women's Champion.
As soon as they announced this match, I said Lola Vice is going to win. Nothing against JCJ, and I just think it'd be nice for Lola Vice. She came from MMA, got herself into wrestling, has done fantastic, does have a great booty. But it all ended when Lola Vice spinning back hit JCJ into the middle of the ring. You know how I feel about that. And whenever you get, I know you can say, well, JC Jane's homie can cost her the match, but I think JC Jane wins. Lola Vice got that hit. I think JC Jane's going to keep it until she faces her former person once they break up and then loses it to Blake Monroe. But I'm rooting for Lola Vice. But after that punch, I got to go with JC Jane. They're not going to ever get knocked out and then lose as well.
Yeah.
I just can't see that happening.
That's a fair point. And that's another reason why I think Jordynne Grace is beating Blake Monroe, because we're going to get a title change and they're going to build up Lola Vice a little bit, and then Blake Monroe will come for the women's title, just not quite yet.
All right.
So,
all right. Main event time. Ricky Saints versus Oba Femi, NXT Championship. Who do you got?
I already told you in the last match, but I don't think we're getting a title change, and I don't think we're getting a winner at the same time. I think it's going to be similar to what we saw this past Tuesday night, where maybe one Trick Williams comes out to try to interfere, and then that leads to Santana coming out to try to get Trick Williams, but then that leads to the NXT roster coming out to get the TNA guy, and that's going to lead to the TNA roster coming out and I think it's going to end with everybody brawling again with another invasion from TNA. I know that's kind of cheesy to end things like that 2 weeks in a row, but maybe they'll do some sort of twist. Maybe they'll do some sort of thing where somebody joins the TNA group, or they like WWE used to do with the WCW invasion.
You're on it. You're figuring it out.
But I still don't think there's going to be a title change. I think the title change is, I don't think it's going to happen yet.
So you pointed out that Ricky Saints came out during the Brawl and didn't give a shit what was going on, right?
Yeah.
Just went to the title. Weird, huh?
Yeah.
Ricky Saints is that kind of dude, isn't it? Huh? Yeah. Yeah. Ricky Saints is winning. He's going to end as the NXT champion, and it's going to be because he's turning and being the leader of TNA and NXT, or joining TNA, or he's doing some kind of, this is going to happen. He's going to win no matter what, but I have a feeling that's where they're going with it. They're having this invasion thing. Why are they having this invasion? How did they get in? How were they invited? It was when Ava wasn't there. Ricky Saints was very cash about it. I'm telling you, Ricky Saints, Oba Femi has had his turn. He needs to move on. Oba Femi is way too big for NXT, and I don't mean that figuratively. I mean it literally. He's just that dude. Oba Femi is that guy. It's time for him to go to the big stage, and he'll get used properly because he's a big guy. Let's do it. Ricky Saints, I'm telling you, he's always been that dude, that nasty, dirty, I'll do anything to win. I see it happening. I think they're going to close the show with a Ricky Saints win. Triple H Shawn Michaels loves it, man. He loves the turd. I'm telling you.
Yeah, no, I could see it. And you might be onto something. Now that I said it out loud, I was like, you know what? Maybe it does make sense to take the TNA titles in NXT. So the NXT title should go to TNA. But that also makes me think, like, should we go that way, or should it be like, should Santana come in and beat Oba Femi and win the NXT title, and then we keep getting invasions of each other so we can get our belts back? I keep going back and forth on that.
Yeah.
It should be a TNA guy holding the NXT title and an NXT guy, Trick Williams, holding the TNA title. But either way, I like your prediction of Ricky Saints winning. I still think it's going to be a no contest, and it's just going to be an all-out brawl. So
could be. Possibly. All right. That's it. That's our prediction show, baby. That is everything. As always, though, we ended on our normal note, and that is our LVD MVD of the week, where we give our two best and worst. Doesn't mean we hate or love them. It just means they were either the worst or best booked of this week. So from the pay-per-view all the way to NXT, LVD of the week, who do you got, Ryan?
I hate to do it, but I'm going to the office again, and I'm going Triple H. I think
good for you.
The man, like, he likes to tell us that, hey, I did this. I'm the guy. I write this stuff. My name's in the credits. I'm the guy that's booking all this stuff. He's the front and center on WWE Unreal. He's on all the shows. He's on Pat McAfee show. He's on First Take with Stephen A. Smith on all the build-up. He's the one that promised us twists and turns and surprises galore, and that he had to open the show and come out and welcome us to the ESPN era, and then ask us all if we're ready for the 100th time. And like, yes, dude, like, we've been ready. Are you ready? Because what you put out on freaking Saturday night, right? That you're actually not ready. But then he gives us one of the worst PLEs that we've seen over the last 5 years, at least in my opinion. It's got to be Triple H as the LVD of the week. Yeah, I mean, he's botched John Cena's heel turn. He botched. Yes, he the main event should not have been the main event. He just completely ruined the card. And what's funny is I tuned into ESPN on Monday, and there was not one word about Wrestlepalooza on Monday.
No,
on First Take, Pat McAfee show, on nothing, any of them. No, nothing. No, like, hey, let's watch these highlights from our first event, because even ESPN was disappointed in what they put out.
They gave it a C.
Yeah, they gave it a C, and that was gracious. I thought the show was an F, but it's got to go to Triple H. Yeah, maybe, but it's got to go to Triple H as the LVD of the week for sure.
Well done. I like those. I'm going different. I'm going co-winners, and they're not a tag team. I'm going Drew McIntyre and John Cena. What a disappointing time to be them. Drew McIntyre builds up everything, gets the match going, has kept that match going while Cody Rhodes is out filming Street Fighter Hadouken, and then he just comes in and beats him in 13 minutes pointlessly off of one finisher. And then John Cena on his own farewell tour supposedly asked for Brock Lesnar as a partner to come back to squash him and beat him in like 8 minutes on the opener of the first ever ESPN event with WWE. Dude, those are L's if I ever heard one. So Triple H is great, but these guys took L's in the wrestling sense. Yes.
No, those are solid picks too. And if I was going to pick wrestlers, it would have been them, but it was the man making the decisions that led it to me making my pick.
We could have just said the fans. We're all losers after watching this shit. All right, let's end on a high note. It was hard for me to think of this one. I literally had to just pull it out of my ass. But MVD of the week, who do you got?
Man, this one is hard, but I'm actually gonna go to NXT, and I'm gonna go Trick Williams and Obafemi. I think they delivered in that winner take all match. I like the story that they're telling with the TNA invasion. I thought everything was handled great with Ricky Saints coming out and staring down Obafemi. I thought the brawl with Mike Santana and Trick Williams. I think like the last 3 or 4 weeks, NXT has been on fire. Trick Williams has been the guy. Obafemi is the guy. And I think NXT has been way better than Raw and SmackDown for sure. And I think Trick Williams and Obafemi deserve their flowers. And I think both of them, even though we didn't get a title change, I think both of them have done a great job carrying the world titles for their quote unquote respective brands.
Well said. Good pick. And what's up, Legend Killer West? Props to you. He's saying hello in the comments. We appreciate it. Hey, yes, sir. What's up? I know we go live so late now. Like everyone's asleep, especially where you are. It's like midnight. All right. Well, my MVD is someone I don't want to pick, but I have to. It has to be Brock Lesnar, in my opinion. The guy literally squashed John Cena during his farewell tour.
I was going to pick him
beat him up again.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing. It's sarcastic. Then he beat him up afterwards, beat up the ref afterwards, walked out of the arena. No one gave two shits. It was embarrassing. But yeah, Brock Lesnar has to be my MVD, dude. Like, I mean, sorry. It just is what it is.
He also had Paul Heyman introducing him for like.
He did. Yeah, he had Paul. Yeah,
which was like that was cool, I guess. But yeah,
I thought it started off good. I was like, okay, fun. This is fun, and then
I didn't.
Then it happened.
But no. But Brock is a good pick. As much as it kills me I was gonna pick him sarcastically, but because I thought the match was just so bad that I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he did squash him. So I mean, that's an MVP like performance. So shout out to him. Yeah.
All right, y'all. Well, I had high hopes too, Legend Killer West. All right, y'all. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate it as always, whether you're watching live or you watch on the pre-records afterwards or you're listening to us. Remember to rate us, review us, 5-star us, add us, tell your friends about us. We're back to the normal. We're doing it. We're going to do AEW again tomorrow. We're going to talk all things All Out and Dynamite tonight if you are an AEW fan. I also think we should talk about the PWI Top 500 tomorrow too, to see what you guys thought about that. And it's not really a big deal, but I like to discuss when people give out their ratings of people and how they judge us, or judge the wrestlers. Sorry. But as always, if you want to just check me out, I'm on all social media at my_wrestling_opinion. Check me out. Get me some views. My TikTok is slowly dying, even though I continue to get more and more followers. I'm getting followers without views. It doesn't make sense. And with me as always, who finally posted again.
Yeah, I posted back regularly this week. So go follow me on all of my social medias. Ryan Enjoys Wrestling. Go follow me there. Go follow us on TikTok at Two Dudes with Attitudes. Go subscribe to our YouTube channel. We need the views. We need the love. We need the support. We need to get this thing going again. So go subscribe to our YouTube at Two Dudes with Attitudes. We are live tonight on YouTube and on Twitch, where we are at 2dudes_with Attitudes, I believe. It's been a while since we've been on Twitch. I think that's our name. And then we're on X at 2dudes_PC. So go follow us there. And then on Instagram at 2dudes with Attitudes podcast. And then if you're listening to us on Apple and Spotify, we appreciate all the love and support. Go drop us a 5-star rating and review and tell everyone about your favorite two dudes on the internet.
Two Dudes Wolfpack. We out.
Two dudes with attitudes, let's go. It's the two dudes and our attitudes, ruthless, aggressively speaking, so let's do this. We're Ryan and Denton, they here to get your attention. The 5-star broadcast shit, start to the ending. Whether it's the E or it's all Lee. The two dudes with the attitudes that bring the heat. Get the point, yeah, it's on time to lie.